Alright, it's time for a collectathon in a collectathon. What's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Spyro, Year of the Dragon. In the last episode, we finished up the super bonus world and defeated the sorceress once and for all. So now everything's peaceful, right? We can go home, right? No, it is time to collect these skill points. Now, it's been a while since I've beaten Spyro 2, and honestly, I thought Spyro 2 had more skill points than this game. I was about to dock Year of the Dragon a point for this, but no. This one actually has 4 more skill points than Ripto's Rage. I guess they just felt long. But anyway, there are 20 skill points to get in this game. Goodbye, Flower. But no, that's not really how you get the skill point for this level. On the bottom of the screen, you will see where to get the skill point and how to get the skill point. And the big difference, I guess, between Ripto's Rage and Year of the Dragon, the ones in this game are so much easier to get. I can name off the ones that gave me such a hard time in Ripto's Rage. It was mainly the bosses without getting hit. In this one, there's only one that's really, really mean. But we'll get to that one when we get there. In fact, I've already gotten it through the main playthrough. But as far as the skill points are concerned in Year of the Dragon, they're so easy. They're mainly just things that you wouldn't even think to do. Or maybe you're just goofing off and all of a sudden, oh, look at that, you got a skill point. One of them is so easy, I can't believe they actually made it a skill point because there was absolutely no skill required to get it. But the first one here in Sunnyville, the very first level, we're coming back and we need to get rid of all these trees. They stick out like a sore thumb, especially seeing as how tall they are, but some might forget there's one up here where the secret egg was. Trust me, you're going to have no trouble getting these. Mainly, the second one in this level would be one that you would have, like, some difficulty with. I'm not saying, like, difficulty like, oh, you can't get it. It's just kind of tricky how you get it. And I thought that was really funny. The one Rhinoc is collision detection incarnate. Anyway, we have the last tree right here, and as soon as you flame it, there we go. You'll get a little jingle, and you will get a free 1-up. Now, I'm going to have a lot of 1-ups by the end of this skill point collection. But let's go ahead and look at the skill points. If you go to the main menu with all the worlds, you can press square, and you can see all the skill points that you already have, and the ones that you still need to get, and the location of where they are. So there's still one more here in Sunnyville, and grand total, we're looking at 20. So the second one in Sunnyville is to beat the course record of 3,200 points. This may not seem difficult until you realize that this skate park is small. It is designed to where you can only do right turns, left turns, a couple tricks when going off the platforms here. It's actually kind of difficult to get high-scoring tricks. My suggestion? See if you can do 4 full turnarounds to the left and right to get Gulp and Crush. When you get those, you get tons of points. Speaking just as far as this skate park is concerned, you can get tons of points to add to your counter. I think I got Crush and Gulp in this one run through, and it almost got me all the points I needed. See, look at that. We're already there, basically. So you don't have to go collision free. You can crash in this. And they give you plenty of time if you know what tricks to do. If you're really skilled, you can pull off a Raging Ripto or a Nasty Nork, which I was trying to do there, but for some reason it didn't work. I guess I did the trick wrong. But as soon as you get 3,200 points, you will get the skill point, and then you will be held in the Hall of Fame for a new course record. Goody goody for you. We've got 2 more of these that we need to do before the end of the game. The next one here, again, I wonder what I do. What's this? Oh, would you look at that? And you actually have to open your skill point. That's what I think is the funniest. Molten Crater actually has 2 skill points that we need to get. One of them you need to have Sergeant Byrd, and this one took me a little bit. I read the description as put the heads together. Now, if you're like me and thinking you mean put the heads on top of the bodies, no. If you put them in one big group, they start dancing. I thought that was a nice little touch. It's almost like an Easter egg, like you weren't meant to find it, but if you did, here's a little present for you. Next one we're going to look at. I don't know how anyone would figure this out, but chances are they would get it by accident. In Seashell Shore, you need to catch the funky chicken. Well, pardon my language, but what the hell is the funky chicken? There is one, swimming chicken in the latter half of the level. In fact, it's at the very end, actually, before you save the last seal. There's just random fodder swimming around, and he is the funky chicken. So, let me see, where is he? There's only one chicken in this area. But as soon as you get him, there he is, that counts as the funky chicken. Don't ask me how, it just happens like that. So, cool. That's another skill point down. We've already finished one page. Takes no time at all. And now, for Icy Peak. This one I actually showed in kind of an addendum opening, where a lot of people were saying, hey, did you know you could do this? Well, for starters, yes I did, I just didn't show it, because I knew there was a skill point associated, and I think I said something to this effect during the actual Let's Play. So right there, if the thieves are still there, you can actually kill the thief while he's still on there and still get the skill point. So, kind of a nice touch. Normally people wouldn't think to go on there. This next one, though, is easy. The first one, not so easy because you can't do a lot of tricks. This one, stupid easy. You need to get 10,000 points in the skate park and Enchanted Towers. And if you do 5 left turns and 5 right turns, you've already got more than half. This is a very easy challenge to do just because they give you so many options and tricks to get tons of points immediately. This one's kind of weird. I hinted to it during the original Let's Play, but you need to destroy all the Piranha signs in Spooky Swamp. Pay no attention to how badly I'm playing. It was mainly just trying to find all the signs. They're not in hard-to-find places. There's one of them, I believe, that's in a weird spot. And oh God, looking back at this playing. Oh God, how could I let this happen? But the main thing you want to do is check all of the small arches, I guess. There are a lot of arches in this level, so if you check into them, if you go off the beaten path, you'll find them. But now for the hilarious one, destroy the Gophers. Birds and Gophers, a war as old as time itself. Sergeant Byrd needs to drop torpedoes from the sky, airdrop missiles on these poor Gophers. And all they're doing is running around and making, goofy sound effects. But apparently, to Sergeant Byrd, this means war. So, you have to be far away from them for them to actually jump out of their hole and start running around. Another thing that I had no idea about is they won't come out if there's an enemy around them. So, now that it's perfectly safe, let's go ahead and destroy the Gopher. That must have been, the worst day of that Gopher's life. He's like, oh, there's an enemy out there. Oh, somebody saved me from the enemy outside. And then an atomic bomb comes out of the sky and completely obliterates the Gopher. What I think is kind of annoying is when you go through a character's level, just a sub-character's level again, you have to do everything leading up to the ending. You can't just skip straight to there. So I had to go through basically saving all the hummingbirds again just to get to this point. Not a big complaint, but it is a small one. However, I will complain about this one. This one is so freaking hard. It doesn't look it. Honestly, it doesn't. But I mentioned this when I was playing through the level originally. The AI in the Yeti is really good, and Bentley is too slow to catch up to him. So you need to beat the Yeti in 2 rounds in this final half of the boxing match. Seems easy in theory, but he does a lot of damage and he's faster than you. So if you can manage it, I would say do a lot of quick jabs and then block. It's like 2 quick jabs and then block. That's the best thing I can offer. You do get a bit of health back between rounds, but if you're lucky enough and you manage to beat him that second time, it is the best feeling in the world, let me tell you. Especially if you do it your first shot, which I managed to do. So, hey, I'm happy. Shut up, Bartholomew, I did it. This next one, the last one that we need to beat the course record in. Not by score, but by time. We need to beat the course record in Lost Fleet for 1 minute and 45 seconds. And I didn't realize it when I did this original level, but I want you to see how close I got to actually failing this skill point. I must say, I didn't realize until I actually looked at the clock. I almost missed it by 18 milliseconds. But I did manage to get it, so cool. That's one less that I need to go look for. Again, this is a really easy one. If you go off any ramps, do a lot of tricks to gain speed. And then as soon as you have the turbo boost, just use it constantly. Same rule applies in the super bonus world. But for this specifically, just do a lot of tricks when you go off the first ramp and when you go off a couple other ramps, mainly the one right near the end. If you do that, get all the speed boosts, you should have no trouble with this one. This one's actually a lot easier than the other two course record ones combined. And this one, you get to do tricks in it, so it's a lot cooler. And you're racing, so even better. This one's probably one of my favorites, apart from, the other ones. For example, this one. I had no idea this one existed. Even when I was a kid, I never 100%ed this game. I never knew the skill points gave you an epilogue. I didn't realize that until I beat Spyro 2 for the Let's Play I did of it. I had no idea all the skill points actually did something. So this one, color me surprised, when I made the Doom reference, guess what? They made one more. So let me go ahead and clear this place. And right up here, you would never think to look here. Shoot this button. Wait. I'm probably going to get attacked. Yeah, I knew it. You get a skill point for unlocking a secret weapon. What does this weapon do? Let me show you. Again, I had no idea this existed. You get a machine gun for Agent 9's Doom section. This is hilarious. I had no idea this existed. This would have been perfect to show in the regular playthrough, but no, I had to figure it out later. This is awesome. And by the way, you can jump through that window. I don't think I properly explained that. But you get 500 shots. You have plenty of ammo just to go berserk through the rest of this part of the challenge. It is so satisfying to actually have something that rapid fires instead of just pew, pew, pew. Now you're shooting like tons of bullets, and it's so nice to do. But anyway, let's go ahead and do one that we also did during the original playthrough. One that seems like you shouldn't be able to do. This is one of those skill points where I'm glad they thought of it, because most players, especially players like me in platformers, they like to goof off. So places that we're not supposed to go, we try to go to. And they actually thought, let's throw a skill point in there. The one I didn't think of during the first playthrough, I knew there was something having to do with the windows, but I couldn't remember what. Only until I looked it up did I find that, well, you may not be able to go out there, you can certainly break the windows. And that's all you have to do for this skill point, is just break all 4 of the Cat Witch windows. Which would have made, it would have been a lot cooler if they actually had Cat Witches on the windows. That way it felt like you weren't just, causing problems for the people who made those beautiful glass windows. This one, again, really, really simple. You don't even have to think about it. Naturally, you would push that to its extent until it stopped. It's a good idea, I guess, for first-time players. Whatever. This one, I wouldn't have even thought of it. Because if you just look at the seaweed in this one in Desert Ruins, it's like background. I wouldn't think of it at first. I mean, I would have to have a hint or something, because it looks like background, imagery. Well, not exactly imagery, but it looks like something was there to enhance the environment you're in. So for me personally, I wouldn't even know it. To my knowledge, you have to do it during this time when you're fighting the sharks. Chances are I'm wrong about that. But I would suggest when you're here and you're first getting on the manta ray and there's all the metal sharks around there, I would do it then, just so you don't, screw yourself out of it. This one is stupid. There had to have been something else. They could have gone for the difficulty route and say you got to get through the tank tournament without getting hit. But no, look at this. My expert skill as a gamer got me an extra life because I went into a tunnel. That is stupid. But hey, it's an easy skill point. This skill point, however, could have been the bane of any gamer's existence. you need to hit all of the seahorses in this tunnel. There's a catch, though. Not exactly a catch, but something that actually helps. This challenge, you do not need to kill all of them in the same run. In fact, when you hit one of them in this tunnel, they do not respawn. So, see, Insomniac, they aren't a bunch of sadists. Like, I thought beating Ripto without getting hit was near impossible, just because of how easily you could screw it up and how long the fight is. But this one would have made me tear my hair out if they all respawned and you had to get it all in one shot. Because there are so many traps here, and that right there would have made me throw a controller through a screen if I missed the very last one. A cool thing, if you go through the entire challenge once, all the traps have already gone off. So that's like half of the obstacle course you don't have to worry about. There's still TNT everywhere, but you can easily dodge that. So I would suggest going through it all the way once, get the traps out of the way, and then focus on the seahorses, because you can do this as many times as you want. As soon as you beat the last one, there's your skill point. Not bad. The other one, though, I'm glad I knew about it while doing this level, because I was doing terribly during the original playthrough. Just hit him in the background, and bam, there we go, full life. So hitting the secret dino, it's a skill point, and it's an easy way to actually stay alive during this challenge. So good on you, Insomniac, good design. And last but not least, what better way to end the skill points than with the character we got last, Agent 9. All of these trees, whenever you shoot them, they kind of move a little bit, so obviously there has to be something more. Well, there is. You need to take grenades to the trees. The only two in the latter half of the level were the ones we did right there for that egg challenge. The rest of them are all in the beginning, which I thought was really weird. It's interesting placement, but then again, we did go through like 2 laboratories to get from the beginning to the end. So I guess it works. And with that, we have all the skill points. Yay, 43 lives, I'm so happy. Let's go ahead and take a look here. And look at all that, we got all the skill points. Now, if you get half of the skill points, you get half of the epilogue. There's a lot of pages that are missing. But for getting all of them, time for the epilogue. Oh, good job, Nancy. I didn't even know you had a name. That's what you get, Agent 9. Shooting the dog shamans, jeez. You know what? That looks like a lot of fun. I don't know why they would be there with squids in the first place. That's for making me do the challenge for by 10 times. It was ridiculous. Oh, wow. I completely forgot about Cloud Spires. It's been a long time. Suck it. Ooh. Oh, Sparks, you dog. Which one will you choose? Hey, that's looking a bit next generation, isn't it? Yeah, gang. Ah, yes. Ripto, what should we do about the Spyro problem? It's like an economic debate. Huh. That looks interesting. No, Hunter! Ah! Oh, I'll miss you too, Insomniac. Thanks for that. Let me take another look at that epilogue. There's something that caught my eye. You notice how all of these have the graphics of the PlayStation 1 game. And then we get to the latter ones. Right here. This is a reference to a level that was used in Spyro Enter the Dragonfly. Like scenario and all. This is what was used in the game. Oh, man. I'm probably going to have to do that just to prove what I was talking about. Well, that is it. We have collected every single thing in Spyro Year of the Dragon. Oh, and I even got another one up. So is that it for the Let's Play? I've got one more surprise up my sleeve. I'll see you guys next time. Woohoo!